to it then. All right, so we got a couple of things we could talk about here today. I'm going to preface this a little bit by just saying this. You know, even though we're in a digital world today, in terms of consoles, et cetera, the approaches that we can take can be very analog. My approach to mixing on a digital console, especially ones with plug-in architecture, et cetera, are almost exactly, I apply almost exactly the same mentality as if I was tracking in analog. Meaning there are very specific places that I put in compression. There are very specific places that I want to engage tape saturation. There are very specific places in the signal chain that I want to put harmonic information. And to me, that is one of the, again, I suffer all the benefits from growing up in analog, right? I think it's one of the things we're in this kind of weird place right now in digital where people that have never experienced what analog really is have this incredible reverence for it. Like, oh yeah, analog, it's unbelievable. I gotta have an 1176 emulation on there. It's like, well, have you ever actually heard what a Blackface 1176, an actual one, can do to a signal? Well, no, but as soon as I put this plugin on there, it's fantastic. It's like, well, no, you're not quite there yet. You know, the level of expectation has to be there in the beginning to know where to take it, right? Otherwise, you can kind of get this whole thing out of whack. And for me, the coolest thing about this, I've said this for years, it was one of the things that really drew me to the venue concept when we started putting it together, is that in digital now, I can be more analog than I ever could in analog. You know, we can exaggerate the analog process now, and it's really fun when you have a really good handle on it. There's some incredible tools out there, and a lot more coming in our world to help us along, because there are good things with analog. You know, even though digital really solved all the problems with analog, we forgot to bring along all the goodness that comes along with it. And you know, I equate it to, if you want to go on a little diatribe here, I equate it to what happened with the drum machine when it came out. You know, all the drum machine did for us really was reveal how much we like drummers that weren't really perfect, right? And digital did the same thing for analog. When digital came along, all of a sudden we started thinking, well, wait a minute here, you know? I mean, this is great that we got this really pristine transfer of audio, but there's something kind of missing here, you know? What was the goodness out of it, right? So we got to be able to get back to those things. And as part of what I love about digital is I can do both of those things, okay?